Battle Through the Heavens, Chapter 217, Securing the Green Lotus Core Flame and the Ancient Python. The heat of the rupture thins into a ringing silence, where the weight of the serpent's charred shroud still drags at his lungs. Xiaoyan's hand steadies as he watches an iridescent flick of a tongue, lacking the queen's cold, murderous gaze. As the creature leans closer, a strange, demanding pulse ripples from the cold metal of his ring.
Watching the movements of the seven-colored small snake, Xiaoyan's lips parted into a bitter smile. He thought to himself,
I dare to bet that she is absolutely not Queen Medusa. Given her arrogant nature, such behavior would be impossible. Right now, she seems no different from a newborn small snake, only her spirituality is slightly greater.
Could it be that the evolution destroyed all her previous memories?
Yao Lao was also completely bewildered by this. Stunned for a moment, Xiaoyan narrowed his eyes. An idea flashed through his mind, and he said with a smile,
She seems interested in something inside my ring.
As he spoke, Xiaoyan flicked the finger wearing the ring, and several items appeared in his hand. The seven-colored small snake approached, her gaze sweeping over them. She wagged her tail and continuously shook her small head. Obviously, the item she needed was not there. Xiaoyan gathered the items back into the ring and did not grow impatient, calmly taking out each item from the ring one by one. Not until he produced a small jade bottle containing a purple liquid did the small snake, which was coiled in midair, suddenly appear in his palm as if by teleportation. Her tiny head entered the jade bottle to investigate, using her tongue to lick it vigorously.
This is amethyst spirit essence. I did not expect her to want this.
Seeing the amethyst spirit essence quickly decrease by 1/10, a look of pain flickered across Xiaoyan's face. However, fortunately, this little fellow also knew the potency of the amethyst essence and did not greedily absorb too much at once. After swallowing a few more mouthfuls, she pulled her head out, her clear snake eyes dancing with a few sparks of excitement.
The seven-colored heaven-swallowing python is also a fire-attributed exotic beast. She is naturally interested in things filled with pure fire-attributed energy, like the amethyst essence.
Yao Lao said with a smile as he watched the excited state of the seven-colored small snake. Xiaoyan nodded slightly and somewhat regretfully put away the amethyst essence, which had decreased by a bit. Perhaps because she had absorbed the amethyst essence, the seven-colored small snake's pupils showed less wariness when looking at Xiaoyan. Recognizing the change in the small snake's eyes, Xiaoyan felt a stir in his heart. He tentatively reached out his hand and gently stroked the small, exquisite body. Watching Xiaoyan's movement, the seven-colored small snake only shifted slightly and did not avoid him. Her small head swayed, reluctantly rubbing against Xiaoyan's hand. Seeing that the small snake's actions held no enmity, a strange light suddenly intensified in Xiaoyan's eyes.
Kid, are you planning to take this little thing with you?
As if knowing Xiaoyan's thoughts, Yao Lao's voice suddenly rang in his heart. Xiaoyan let out 2 dry laughs and licked his lips, his heart feeling a bit agitated.
This is an ancient exotic beast with unlimited potential. If I can take and use her, it would be no less than obtaining a type of heavenly flame.
The seven-colored heaven-swallowing python is indeed very powerful, but she is clearly only in her infancy stage. Although her body contains massive power, if you want to fully develop it, I do not know how much time of tempering she must go through. Furthermore, you must know that no matter how docile the seven-colored heaven-swallowing python is now, her original body, I dare to bet, is absolutely Queen Medusa. Perhaps she has turned into this appearance due to some reason, but no one can guarantee whether she will suddenly recover her memories in the future. At that time,
Yao Lao said in a deep voice.
you should be well aware of the pride and cruelty of Queen Medusa. Regarding your dare to take the opportunity to become her master, given her personality, she might kill you on the spot.
The hand stroking the seven-colored small snake stiffened. Xiaoyan furrowed his brows tightly, pondering for a long time before letting out a soft sigh. He said in a low voice.
But what if she never recovers her memories? She is currently like a newborn small beast, and I am the first person she saw. No matter what, I think she shouldn't have too much enmity toward me. Otherwise, she wouldn't have come to my side to seek food as soon as she appeared. This is an excellent opportunity. An ancient exotic beast that can resist experts at the Dosang level in the future holds a fatal attraction.
You are wanting to gamble.
Yao Lao sighed helplessly.
For the sake of a super subordinate in the future, what does it matter if I gamble once? If that situation really appears later, isn't there still master? When the time comes that we cannot win, we will just run away.
Xiaoyan laughed.
I hope you won't play with fire this time.
Yao Lao said with a bitter smile. Xiaoyan smiled faintly, his hand carefully lifting the seven-colored small snake. To this gentle movement, the seven-colored small snake did not resist. Her tail wagged and coiled around Xiaoyan's wrist. Then she swung her body as if playing on a swing.
Little fellow, will you come with me?
Placing the small snake in front of him, Xiaoyan said with a beaming smile and a low voice, his expression looking as if he were tricking a lost young girl. Opening her purple eyes wide, the seven-colored small snake stared at the face of the youth in front of her. A hint of human-like intelligence flickered in her misty eyes, and her body stood upright, just staring blankly at Xiaoyan. Seeing this strange movement of the seven-colored small snake, Xiaoyan's heart skipped a beat, and a hint of embarrassment appeared on his smiling face. He vaguely saw that inside the body of the seven-colored small snake, a mature and proud soul was coldly looking at him. Coughing lightly, Xiaoyan's pupils rolled. He flicked the finger wearing the ring, and a bottle of amethyst spirit essence appeared in his palm again. He took out a small jade chopstick, still stained with several drops of amethyst essence, then gently waved it in front of the seven-colored small snake. When the amethyst essence appeared, the light in the seven-colored small snake's eyes intensified greatly. That misty hint of human-like intelligence quickly disappeared, and she opened her mouth and flicked her tongue, looking at Xiaoyan as if asking for it. Following the movement of the seven-colored small snake, the proud and mature soul in her body seemed to quietly retreat. Immediately, a smile rose at the corners of Xiaoyan's mouth. No matter how the soul of Queen Medusa existed, or whether it truly existed, at least the current seven-colored heaven-swallowing python did not have the ability to resist the attraction of the amethyst essence. The amethyst essence entered her mouth, and the small snake swallowed it with satisfaction. A moment later, the snake's tail affectionately coiled around Xiaoyan's wrist and then slithered into his sleeve, slowly falling into a deep sleep.
Ha!
Seeing the actions of the seven-colored heaven-swallowing python, Xiaoyan's lips parted as he laughed out loud. With the help of the amethyst essence, at least their relationship was quickly becoming intimate. Based on this situation, Xiaoyan believed that before she matured to the point of having human intelligence, he could certainly make the relationship between the two very close. His hand gently patted his sleeve, and the joy on Xiaoyan's face was hard to conceal. He licked a bit of the amethyst essence remaining on the jade chopstick, allowing the hot stream of energy to run through his body. Xiaoyan grinned and took a few steps forward, raising its head to look at the cluster of green flames floating in midair. He smiled. After several twists and turns, this green lotus core flame had finally come before him. Although his heart was extremely anxious, Xiaoyan did not dare to act recklessly. This heavenly flame was like an explosive. If one were not careful when touching it, it would erupt with destructive power just like before. He was not like Queen Medusa, who could hold out for a period of time. If it were him, he feared he would turn into nothingness in less than 10 seconds.
Master, how do I collect it now?
Looking at the heavenly flame in midair with a greedy expression, Xiaoyan hurriedly asked,
Collecting a heavenly flame is not easy. It burns everything that comes near into nothingness, including energy. Except for a few special external objects, it can only be taken away by using continuously flowing energy to forcefully wrap around it. I think Queen Medusa must have used this method at the beginning.
Yao Lao pondered.
However, this method consumes too much energy. With your current level, I'm afraid that even if you output all the dochi in your dough crystal, it wouldn't be enough to take it out of this small island.
Then what should I do?
Hearing this, Xiaoyan's face immediately slumped, and he asked with a bitter smile.
Haha, naturally we cannot adopt a method like Queen Medusa's. We cannot afford such consumption.
Yao Lao laughed and said,
Those words earlier were for other people, but you are different. You have a tool that can easily carry the green lotus core flame.
Stunned for a moment, Xiaoyan blinked. A moment later, he blurted out,
Are you talking about the green lotus pedestal?
Haha, yes. The green lotus pedestal and the green lotus core flame are of the same origin. Using it as a container can not only suppress the temperature of the heavenly flame to prevent it from leaking out, but the safety factor is much higher than directly wrapping it with energy.
Yao Lao smiled. Nodding his head, Xiaoyan quickly flicked his finger. A green light slowly rose from the ring, finally floating in front of Xiaoyan. Inside the green light, the green lotus pedestal appeared like a perfect work of art, gently rotating and releasing a faint energy. Holding the green lotus pedestal, Xiaoyan gently tossed it toward the heavenly flame in the air. After the green lotus pedestal reached the space beneath the heavenly flame, a faint ring of green light diffused from it, finally quietly enveloping the green lotus core flame. The green light slowly shrank, and the heavenly flame did not resist at all as it slowly sank into the heart of the flower. Suddenly, the previously empty heart of the flower rose with an eerie green flame.
Success!
Collecting the heavenly flame was smoother than Xiaoyan had anticipated. Seeing the green lotus core flame being taken into the green lotus pedestal, Xiaoyan had a joyful expression. He carefully supported the bottom of the green lotus pedestal with his hand, his eyes staring fixedly at the cluster of green flames in the center. His dark pupils could not help but flash with a hint of excitement.
Next, quickly leave this city and find a quiet place to swallow the heavenly flame. Remember, during this period, the heavenly flame cannot be stored inside the ring. In other words, if there are any items inside, they will all be burned into nothingness by it.
Yao Lao reminded him in a deep voice.
Understood.
Nodding heavily, Xiaoyan's body trembled slightly. The purple cloud wings burst out, and his hand grabbed a chi recovery pill to stuff into his mouth. Then, with a solemn expression, he raised his head to look at the screen of purple light that was about to dissipate. The purple light flickered in and out, until, at one moment, it finally made a thump sound and turned into spots of light filling the sky. As the purple light exploded, Xiaoyan's foot slammed hard onto the ground. His body shot into the sky, carrying the green lotus pedestal as he desperately fled toward the outside of the city.